Well, good morning. It's 6:46 on this Wednesday morning. I'm Nick Wilson.
I'm Avi Hannon.
And I'm Maggie Warren.
And that weather is still going to be a little toasty out there for now.
Yeah, we don't see a break from the warmth and mugginess until we get past Friday. And we have to get through a marginal severe weather threat first. We do see some showers and storms for our late Thursday night and into Friday. Marginal risk of severe weather through all of Siouxland for us for Friday. Now that could change. It is still about 48 hours out, so keep an eye on that. Stay tuned for the latest updates here. We do see about a 5% chance across Siouxland of a strong to severe storm anywhere in that little outlined area. So a low-end threat, but still a threat nonetheless. And then behind that system, we see dew points dropping from the upper 60s and low to mid 70s back into the low and mid 50s and upper 40s. So some very, very dry air and very comfortable air inbound. I'll let you know about those showers and storms coming up. Avia?
Well, rural health care rather is a growing concern, but local medical professionals within one specialty are taking it upon themselves to care where it's needed. OBGYNs from the area are doing outreach for patients who can't make it into Sioux City for appointments. Twice a month, 3 providers visit the Cherokee and Buena Vista Regional Medical Centers, as well as a facility in Ida Grove. The hope is to prevent patients from ignoring their personal health due to lack of access.
With outreach clinics, what we are trying to do is we're acknowledging that Siouxland is bigger than just the Sioux City area. We know that there are a lot of rural positions that don't have obstetrician gynecologists, and we try to provide care to those people to the best of our ability.
The providers say they've definitely seen the program's impact over the last 2.5 years. They say they may try to expand it to additional communities going forward.
We're in the works with talking with a couple of different locations to see if there is a need or an interest, just as we try to pay attention to where our referrals come from to see, okay, are we noticing an uptick in certain locations? Like, do they need us to come there? Because we do, like I said, we acknowledge that OBGYNs are not as easy to come by as we used to be, and that people live further out than just the Sioux City.
If you or someone you know would be interested in an appointment at one of the outreach clinics, you can find more information on this story on our website at siouxlandproud.com.
Elsewhere in Siouxland, a private school in Lamars continues to fundraise for planned improvements to their facilities. Galen Catholic School officials are hoping to raise a total of $11 million to pay for those renovations. They include building an addition to the elementary school, remodeling classrooms, and more. School officials say they'll look for 3 milestones at $6 million, $9.55 million, and finally $11 million.
It does take time to achieve those campaign goals, so we continue the process in the middle of this summer, and we look forward to publicly launching our campaign in the Lamars community this September, and we can't wait to get everybody on board and give everybody the opportunity to support and make a difference at Galen.
Officials say the project is meant to help them meet the growing needs of the community.
Throughout this process, we've heard a lot from stakeholders and community members about the integral role that schools play in a community, and so we hope to continue to add to that great school system that is offered here, and it's a really exciting time for our entire community.
Right now, the school is only accepting private donations, but they're expected to open to the public in the future. A public meeting on the project is scheduled for 7 p.m. tomorrow inside the school cafeteria.
And it's time to meet today's stray of the day.
Every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Izzy, a 4 to 6 month old female Labrador mix puppy. She was found on the 1500 block of South Fairmount Street. The rescue says she's a smart pup that's willing to learn and at the perfect age for training. Izzy is available for adoption now.
And if you've lost your pet you're looking to adopt or like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com.
Well, Izzy sure looks friendly, and how about that? Just a little puppy looking for a forever home.
Absolutely. I love the little white area that she has. She looks just the cutest, and I bet she isn't loving this extreme heat, but she's in the air conditioning at the rescue.
Yeah, she might like the weekend weather a bit better as we are expecting a cool down, but we do still have another muggy and warm day to get through, but we're starting that day off very nice. a very gorgeous sunrise out on our Ho-Chunk Center camera, and we see those temperatures sitting in the 60s and at 70 here in Sioux City, 71 in Mapleton, and a 70 in West Point. Meanwhile, 65 there in Esterville and a 63-degree temperature up in Sheldon. Those dew points pretty similar to what those actual air temperatures are, so we have been seeing some patchy fog developing, but we're starting to see winds pick up just a bit, so that even just that little bit of wind is helping get that fog clearing out. We see 8 miles an hour there in Spencer, and we're continuing to see those calmer winds as we sit situated ahead of this stalled out front that will continue to move towards our region as we head into our Thursday. For today, though, we see some quieter and sunnier conditions, looking absolutely gorgeous out there for today. A few clouds sneaking in and some patchy fog as we head into our Thursday morning, but we do stay mostly sunny for Thursday until we see this cold front starting to advance. That stalled out front starts to move and it shifts to a cold front, and we see that dropping through. Could see some storms as early as Thursday morning, or not Thursday morning, Thursday night. But we do stay mostly sunny for Thursday. 86 degrees for today, mostly sunny, still warm and muggy. And then we see temperatures pretty much the same for our Thursday. Looking at some showers chances as early as Thursday night, but most likely for early Friday and through the afternoon Friday, some scattered shower activity. Temperatures dropping behind that, dew points dropping too. We see temperatures back into the mid and upper 70s, so some fall-like air on the way, and those overnight lows into the 40s and 50s for us. So a pretty fall-like stretch of weather on the way, Avia.
Well, thank you, Maggie. We turn to sports, where we've got another two-a-day check-in lined up with another local high school football squad. Anthony Mitchell has the highlights right here in your morning sports wrap.
Good morning, Siouxland. The focus of our high school football two-a-days remains now in Orange City. This time it's the Knights of Unity Christian game planning toward an improved season in 2025. Let's check out how the Knights are prepping for the season. The Knights entered the offseason after a 2-6 slate in 2024, but the record may not have reflected the talent of this team. Unity Christian battled injuries, while 3 of those losses came via single-digit decisions. Quarterback Dylan Bosma is back under center, and a different head coach in Josh Van Kempen, who's back at the helm after returning to the state of Iowa. UC has attacked the offseason with plenty of enthusiasm as they hope it translates into wins.
Be something that Unity hasn't traditionally been for football. We want to be someone that other teams are afraid to play, and not just like an easy win. Like before the week, they're just super confident in it. We want to compete with everybody, but we also want to stay healthy this year.
Hopefully that excitement leads to success on the field. We've got a lot of things we've got to improve on and get better at. We're very excited as a coaching staff. We think we have a very, very talented but hardworking and deep group of upperclassmen, especially guys that have won at different sports. So we're excited to try to bring that same success to football.
Unity Christian begins the season at home against Sioux Center on Friday, August 29th. Sioux Center leads the series 11-1 dating back to 2009, but it was the Knights of Unity Christian coming away with a 28-14 victory a season ago. Up next for two-a-days, last year's Class 2A state champion Iowa West Lion. Tune in for more on the Wildcats tonight at 6 right here on KCAU-9 Sports. Well, despite already locking up a playoff spot in the American Association West Division, there's, believe me, still tons to play for if you're Sioux City, including that #1 seed, which comes with the benefit of selecting the opponent in the first round. X's kicking off a 3-game stretch at Lewis and Clark Park against the Lincoln Salt Dogs. Scoreless in the bottom of the first inning. Zach Vuletich up to bat here with a shot out to right field. Lincoln outfielder able to track it down in the sun. Austin Davis scores from third to give the X's a lead. X's fans hoping to get some free pizza here. Salt Dogs bite back in the third. Brody Farr finds the gap up the middle. That plates 2 Lincoln runs in the visitors. Flip the script. X's keeping Lincoln in check here with the Kyle Marmon strikeout. He'd strike out 9 batters in 8 innings on his way to breaking the franchise single-season strikeout record with 133 punch-outs. X's take care of business with a 7-3 victory. That's your look at sports. Have a good day, Siouxland.
Now let's take a look at this morning's top stories.
What you need to know before you go. Public comments on the proposed Stern-Wheeler solar project took center stage at yesterday's Planning and Zoning meeting in Dakota County, Nebraska. Around 50 people were in attendance. By the end of the meeting, committee members approved a conditional use permit for a solar overlay district covering roughly 2,900 acres of land, as well as a use permit covering roughly 2,400 acres for the construction of the project. And during the public comment period, residents spoke both for and against the project.
You can grow food on it, you can grow electricity on it. Both are good things. And we could debate which is the better thing from now until the cows come home.
Yeah, it's going to be a crime if this thing goes through the air. So that's basically what I got to say. I just feel like these guys don't have enough experience to tackle this project.
The project is being developed by Mission Clean Energy. Following last night's committee approval, the issue will go in front of the Dakota County Commissioners next.
Meanwhile, landowners in Iowa are preparing to address officials over a different concern. Today is set to be the first monthly public meeting from the Iowa Utilities Commission in over a year. A group of landowners impacted by the proposed CO2 pipeline from Summit Carbon Solutions plan to attend that meeting. They say they want to share concerns over the company's failure to obtain easements along the planned pipeline route. This comes after a bill that would have placed restrictions on the use of eminent domain for such projects was vetoed by Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds earlier this year.
And it's been more than a year since historic flooding devastated Siouxland homes and communities, but the road's recovery is ongoing for many. The Iowa Department of Homeland Security and Emergency Management announced that starting today, disaster case advocacy outreach coordinators will visit Woodbury County neighborhoods impacted by last year's floods. You might spot them in your neighborhood from 11:30 a.m. to 9 p.m. They will always travel in pairs, wear neon-colored vests, and carry official ID badges. They will not ask for personal information at the door, and the program they represent can help connect flood survivors with ongoing recovery resources.
And one last check on that forecast. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about flooding.
Yeah.
Don't really have to worry about much precipitation for most of the 9 on 9.
Yeah, we're seeing pretty limited rain chances aside from Thursday night and into Friday. And with those showers and storms, we see a drop in temperatures. But before we get there, 86 degrees for today. Another warm and muggy day. We see mostly sunny conditions and fairly light winds, generally less than 10 miles an hour. 86 for Thursday, rinse and repeat, but maybe a little less humid for Thursday, but overall still kind of muggy. We do see Friday, though, cooling off into the low mid 80s, and then we see those dew points dropping off as well. The real cool down comes for the weekend, though. Temperatures into the mid and upper 70s, seeing those overnight lows even into Monday morning into the upper 40s. So taste of fall on the way for us. I don't know if you guys are ready for that. I don't know if I'm ready for that, but it's coming anyways, so enjoy it.
It will be a nice cool down before those temps ramp back up again about a week from today.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely not looking forward to it.
Thanks for watching.